It's been quite a while since I made my last video, and uh, I'm glad I'm back again and doing the videos in this for this channel. And for this episode, I'm going to discuss the factor of cognitive dissonance among the Jehovah's Witnesses, which is the primary subject of my videos in this channel, the Jehovah's Witnesses. And if you already know what's the meaning of those words, cognitive dissonance, it is the feeling that is prevailing among Jehovah's Witnesses whenever they encounter a very different idea regarding their much loved beliefs and their religion. Because the mindset of the members of the Jehovah's Witnesses is that they have the truth, the absolute truth, and those truths came from their God, Jehovah. But when they are being confronted with an opposing fact or opposing way of explaining things not held by them, it is very hard for them to concede or to accept what is being presented to them. So that is cognitive dissonance. When someone is someone's core beliefs is being challenged by an outside source. So that is the reason why it is very hard for anyone to convince a Jehovah's Witness that their beliefs and practices is not according or based in the Bible, and that it is not the truth, but in reality, what they believe are concoction of lies from their leadership throughout the years, and it's very hard for them. And many factors is playing in this case, because it is what I mean here is accepting a very different opinion from outside sources or not from their leaders is very hard for an ordinary Jehovah's Witness. And it is not always the same per individuals. Why I said this? Because if a Jehovah's Witness member is born inside the organization, or he is a second, third, or fourth generation Jehovah's Witness, and he grew up being molded by the thoughts, mindset of her parents and relatives and friends of his or her parents, it became a part of their whole being. So it is very hard for them to just give it up just because someone has defeated them in an argument about a certain or a particular topic in the Bible or in their teachings. So it is very hard for them. So what they do is find an alibi or a way of explaining it, because it is the practice of their leaders, the leadership, the teaching, who has the teaching responsibility among the Jehovah's Witnesses, the governing body. It is their way of standard, or their standard operating procedure is to modified modified and add on to what they are saying, the truths, and they just call it an advancing light or new light, something like that. And they are basing it and their twisted interpretation of Proverbs chapter 4 verse 18, which I already discussed in some of my videos earlier in this channel. So that is the case. So what I want to point here is that this experience of the Jehovah's Witnesses is not unique to them. It is applicable in each and every one of us. To it is ordinary to experience cognitive dissonance. But when our cognitive dissonance is getting more out of hand, and it affects our normal everyday lives, what is best is to seek a professional help from licensed professionals regarding this topic. What I meant is, sir, is the psychologists and the psychiatrists, which the organization of, or the leadership of the Jehovah's Witnesses is not encouraging their members to seek help from this kind of individuals. And yes, they will bash me for saying this, and they will say that no, we are always saying in our Awake magazine that they should but as always, they are just paying lip service to this, because inside their mind, or in the mind of their leadership, it is not helpful for their organization if they encourage their members to go to psychologists and psychiatrists, because it will complicate the matters, and will make disadvantages for their organization if their members will seek out the help of this kind of professional. In particular, if what was in my mind regarding this is the victims of child sexual abuses. If they will seek the if they will advise those victims to seek the help of this professional, and those professionals are being trained to, or being enjoined by secular or local authorities, civil authorities, to report crimes just like child sexual abuses, it will be detrimental for the interest of their organization. So that's it. That's what my point is. So back to our main point here is the cognitive dissonance. And what illustrates my point here about cognitive dissonance being suffered by the members of the Jehovah's Witnesses whenever they are confronted with facts like what I was presenting in my videos in this channel. What's on my mind is the cases of historical facts in our country here in the Philippines. Back in the Philippine-American War, when Spain has finally give up their position here, their authority here in the Philippine Islands to the government of the Americans, there are there is this group of more or less 50 soldiers in the town of Baler Aurora in the eastern part of our country that has held it out, fought it out until 1899. But the history is that Spain has already been defeated by the Americans here in the Philippines and replaced them here in the Philippines. But this group of soldier in that town of Baler doesn't know, they do not know about this very important fact that their beloved sovereign Spain has succumbed to the Americans. So, what they are thinking during this time is that things as usual and that they still have that Spain still have the control in the Philippines. So they did not want to surrender to the Filipino revolutionaries during the time, and they take the talk refuge and church, Catholic Church, the Catholic Church of the Church of Baler in Aurora Town. And you can check this out and the internet. You can Google this out. You just type Seds of Baler, Philippines. And there you can read the facts, the details regarding the Siege of Baler. And one of the main characters of that particular event is Lieutenant Saturnino Cerezo. He has replaced his captain during the siege because his captain and the deputy, the another lieutenant, I forgot his name, has succumbed to illness during the siege. And during the siege, the revolutionaries, the American government, and the Spanish government has tried in so many ways to encourage and to compel the Spaniards inside the Church of Baler to surrender and to come out from their sanctuary. But uh, they do not want to do that because they do not know the truth that the war was over. That Spain, the sovereign state of Spain, has been defeated by the Americans. They do not know that because they have been cut off from the main government in Manila. So, that is the very important point here. Many of their comrades have succumbed to illnesses while they are holding out their position inside the church because they do not know that it is a futile and a nonsense decision to continue their fight because yes, the war is over. And this is the case with the Jehovah's Witnesses inside the organization. Their leadership do not want them to know the facts, the events, the real events, and the causes of those events, what is happening right now about their organization, and their leadership is feeding them with so many lies that this kind of events is being perpetrated against them because of persecution, and those kind of events are a clear sign that they are the true Christians being foretold in the Bible to be persecuted. It is very it is a very sad uh, idea, fact or truth that the witnesses is believing their leaders regarding this. So, in a way, they are still fighting inside their organization, just like the 50 Spaniards, but they are suffering because of that. And the suffering of the Spaniards soldiers inside the church is being told in those accounts, and you can check it out in the internet, and you can also check out the Filipino film entitled Baler, being starred by the handsome actor Jericho Rosales and the beautiful actress Ann Cortez. It is a love story in our setting. So that is what is happening. And not only that, after the Spanish period, Spanish-American War, there is also a Japanese soldier here in the Philippines, and he is also the last Japanese surrender here in the Philippines by the name of Lieutenant, if I'm not mistaken, his first name is Hiroo Onoda, Lieutenant Onoda. He hid in a cave there in Lubang Island in Mindoro, southern Philippines, not knowing that his beloved Imperial Japan was also defeated by the Americans, and the war is over. So he decided to put it out, even though during so many years, yes, he he wasted many decades of his life hiding in a cave, uh, injuring, suffering the situation of a fugitive soldier, and injuring those many years of his life, wasting his many years of his life hiding in those caves and foraging foods in the surrounding uh, in order to survive, fighting for his life, for survival, not knowing that the war is over. You can also check out his biography in the internet, Google it, and yes, he also suffered from cognitive dissonance, and it's very hard for him to accept that they, the Japanese, has been defeated by their enemies. This is the case with the Jehovah's Witnesses. We can safely say that the theocratic war for them is over. It's not the fault of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses activists in social media like me, or like John Sidders or the others who has put their sites in the internet to expose the lies, deceptions in the religion of the Jehovah's Witnesses. It is not our it is not our fault that their organization is continue evaporating, dying in a dying mode right now. It is not our fault. It is the fault of their leadership, because they have chosen to make lies and deception as a foundation of their organization. And as we know it from the scripture, If we are a believer, we cannot do anything or we cannot stand up against the truth, as the Apostle Paul says it to the Corinthians. So, what we can do is only for the truth. If we will live our lives contrary to that, one way or another, we will have to suffer the consequences. And that is what is happening right now with the Jehovah's Witnesses inside the organization. So if you are a witness, a Jehovah's Witness viewing this video, I was begging you and appealing to you not to take the the criticism regarding your religion as a personal matter or an attack to your dignity. What you should do is to assess with a clear mind the facts being presented by people like me, that the teachings of the Jehovah's Witnesses is not the truth. It is not based on honest interpretation from the Bible itself. And what is more disturbing is those kind of teachings and ideologies is ruining the lives of those who subscribe or those who accepted those kinds of teachings and ideologies. So this is all, my beloved viewers. Thank you for continuously supporting my channel. And if you are just a new viewer of this video, please subscribe to my channel and please share my videos to as many persons as possible, so that we can reach them and warn them against these lies of the Jehovah's Witnesses. Thank you, and may you have a good day.